All right, I've got the Fire TV Recast installed. Got a direct connection to an outdoor antenna up on the roof with it connected in. And I got this because I'm trying to compare it to this guy. It's a TiVo Bolt. And hoping to replace that subscription version. Now both of those are tied into this. I've got an LG 4K TV, so I can kind of compare the pictures and the operation. Now the way I've got the Recast connected in, because it requires you to have a media player, I just got also a new Fire TV 4K stick that's installed, and that's what we're watching it up on here. Is the stick installed? So you'll see the interface through that, and let me kind of give you an idea of how that looks. This is the remotes that come with it. This is the new Alexa remote. You can see it's got the new buttons on it with the volume and the power is on top. The new, and I'm comparing it here. This is my my TiVo, and this is the actual remote that you can see it's a lot more complex, and there's a lot of benefit to having, as I'll demonstrate here shortly. I kind of gotten really spoiled by the use of all those buttons. So the simplistic one, I think the design was Amazon thought that the Alexa was going to replace most of these functions. And the bottom line is, on my review, my initial impressions on all this, is that it's just what it is. You get what you pay for, and I think the TV Recast is, it's certainly at its infancy. It's brand new, and it's got a long way to catch up to the usability of the TiVo at this point. I'm sure they'll catch up at some point, but right now it is what it is. It's a first generation, and it shows. It's got a lot of holes in it. So right now what you're looking at just is a screensaver up on the I'm going to hit the home button so you can kind of get back into it. So really what you're going to see is this menu here at the top. Basically you're looking at the Fire TV interface. And I've got to click over to the DVR. So you can see right off the bat, the first interface, if you're getting the Fire TV Recast for the purposes of using your Fire TV as a, sort of like a cable cutter, you're getting rid of, this is how you want to view your over-the-air TV. You'll notice that you got to click over now from home over to your DVR if you're going to do this manually. And now this DVR is the function, that shows up, the DVR shows up when you've installed your Recast. It automatically will pull up, assuming you're running the latest versions of both the software on your 4K TV and that as well as on top of the Fire TV Recast. So this is your generic interface, and there's a lot of pros and cons here. You can see I've got some recorded shows coming up here at this top bar, as well as down here. You can see, I'm sorry, the top one shows you the current ones that are currently being played right now off the air. And you can see that little red bar at the bottom kind of shows you where it is in the program, whereas the one below shows you the ones that I've already pre-recorded now. So for example, you can see right now Most Shocking is recording right now, and then over here I've got 4 recordings so far just for laughs, etc., as you can kind of see at the bottom. And then at the very bottom, I'm going to click down to the bottom here to kind of show you. I'm using my clicker. You can see there's my channel guide, schedule recordings, recording party, and DVR settings. And I mean, the bottom line is it's really kludgy. You got to do so many clicks to get to each of these settings. So there it is. I had to click all those clicks just to get into my current TV guide, for example, which isn't bad. It's just, it is what it is. The thing I do like about this is it shows favorite channels. You can actually program and set up which one of your TV channels. And I only have over-the-air here, is the way these are set up. And so I'm using an over-the-air 4 tuner Fire TV Recast. And so I've got all these little hearts. These are the ones I've set up as favorite channels. And as you go down, you can see now I've got the Fire TV Recast channels, and those are all the other channels that my system has, which is like 60, I think, is what they're being broadcast here. So these are all kind of in order alphabetically, and then if you set up your favorites at the top, so it kind of basically puts all your favorites to the top to make it a little bit easier to find that's in there. Overall, I'm gonna just to kind of give you a quick one out of the box. It's functional. It's functional as a basic DVR capability, but it misses all the easy to use functions of a TiVo remote. It tries to do its best with the voice, and it works okay if you're doing really simple ones. So for example, you can see, let me go ahead and start a channel here. I'm going to go just for the sake of discussion, let's go ahead and I'll do an example of a voice activation into a movie. Okay, let's try this one. Play Mamma Mia on Netflix.
Here's what I found.
And so this is what it pulls up. As you can see, it's showing Mamma Mia. It picks up and it shows the two different, and it kind of pulls it in different areas, which is kind of nice. So Alexa does good there. This is the Mamma Mia I was trying for. So we click on that, and you'll see now it shows it. It's available to be watched in Netflix. So I can actually click it now and watch it in Netflix tab. It come up, and I have a Netflix account, so it opened up my Netflix account, and now it's playing the Mamma Mia movie here. So it kind of shows you. So that's one way to do that. I'm going to back up now, and you'll see that it's staying. Oh, I can see it's playing it in. It looks like it's playing it from the Netflix on my browser. That's right. I forgot the Netflix on this particular one is coming off of my. I'll pull that down and get all the way back out. Yeah, no, it's the Netflix app. I can do it two ways, either going from the browser, or that's the way it does it with YouTube as well. So anyway, there's just simple things. Again, I'm just looking at it as a DVR, and it works adequately okay. Here's some things I do like. Voice control to get to a channel, as opposed to trying to search for it. Watch ABC.
Tune into ABC.
So the voice allows me to tune into the ABC channel. So that's kind of nice, and I've got it set up to work okay. Now again, if I were to compare this to TiVo, TiVo just has a lot easier interface on its menus. It's really dedicated to watching your TV content, so it does it a lot. It's a much user interface. It's much kinder and easier to use. And their remote, because of its the amount of buttons, it can be, the pro and con is it can be intimidating, but it also provides mechanisms that you just cannot get in the current version of the Fire TV Recast. And that's things like slow motion in terms of frame by frame, or a skip automatically on commercials is built into TiVo now. So, it's pros and cons. There's, you certainly pay less money for the Amazon version today, but it's got a long way to catch up to all the features and functionality of the current TiVo. So I can't see it being a TiVo killer for a while yet. It's gonna have to do a lot more maturity and not be so integrated into the Amazon ecosystem of trying to get you into the purchasing mode of its products only. TiVo, of course, is strictly into trying to get the purposes of what you're trying to do for over-the-air content, whereas Fire TV really is after trying to get you to use more of its Amazon type services. So anyway, that's out of the impression. My first impressions out of the box. So I think 4 stars is being a little bit generous, maybe 3.5 to 4.